I've had it up to here with professional wrestling.
Oh my God.
What the hell is going on? TNA is being overrun by the NWO, and WWE is just unwatchable. But I'm not here to talk about the WWE. I'm here to talk about TNA, Total Non-Stop Goddamn Action Wrestling, a company that has been taken over by Hulk Hogan, who promises the world to TNA fans. He says he's going to take TNA to a whole new level. He says TNA is going head-to-head against the WWE. He said, it's on, brother. But what is really happening? Hogan promised the world, but has he delivered? No. If anything, Hogan is putting TNA in reverse. TNA is supposed to be the young face of wrestling, the new era, the new stage. Ever since Hogan entered TNA, it's nothing but a goddamn WCW retirement home. When Impact went head-to-head with Raw, I tuned in. It was the first time I have watched wrestling in years. I cannot remember the last time I sat through an entire episode of Raw. It's been a while, but I sat through TNA Impact on January 4th, and I gave Hogan a chance. Pause. I was interested to see what was going to happen. The opening match of TNA Impact, the company that Hogan claims is the superior company in professional wrestling, was a complete travesty. How could they ever let an opening match to the biggest night in the company's history end in such a ridiculous manner? And even worse, to make me sit through 10 minutes of this douchebag trying to climb his way out of this joke of a cage. But whoa, what about Jeff Hardy? Weren't you happy to see Jeff Hardy? Fuck yes, I was happy to see Jeff Hardy. Of course I was. I was pumped. You were pumped. But his comeback was completely ruined by the absolutely atrocious match before it. And plus, if you know anything about TNA, and you knew anything about Jeff Hardy, you can guarantee he'll be back in WWE before WrestleMania to get the belt back, get arrested again, and head right back to TNA. This guy is not in TNA. He was pissed at the WWE. He showed up on TNA to prove a point and to help him out a little bit. He has no contract with TNA, and he'll be back in WWE very soon once he cleans up his act and gets off the pipe. Let's get back to Hogan. Let's talk about Hulk Hogan, Jesus, Superman, the man who is on a complete power high, thinking he's Jesus Christ because he signed with WCW back in the day and it went gold for 2 years. He thinks he can do it again. He's positive. But when I saw Hogan walk through that entrance and I saw him pump up the crowd with his hardcore music and his black NWO persona, he is hold on. And I'm sorry, I lost my spot, god damn it. Saying how TNA is going to be the top company, I saw a man that was too sure of himself and not playing it safe. He's on an ego trip. It doesn't matter what state the company's in. He's the boss and he's loving it. He's playing the role of Vince McMahon. Give him a cigar and light it the fuck up. Watching Nash, Hogan, Hall, Waltman, and Bischoff all standing together with Sting in the rafters, watching them, probably jerking himself off, two things came to my mind. First off, I was convinced I was watching a taping of WCW from '98. And second off, Scott goddamn Hall, better never step foot in a TNA hall ever again, unless he plans on getting in shape and doing something positive for the company. I'm sick of Scott Hall. I've had enough of Scott damn Hall. What place does Scott Hall have there? What right does Scott Hall even have to be there? There's guys in the back in their peak physical condition, giving their all for TNA, everything they have, and Scott Hall gets a spotlight on TNA's biggest night. What a joke. What a travesty. These guys need to let go of the ball and freaking pass it already. No one wants to see you, Hall. No one wants to see you, Waltman. And Nash, your popularity died with WCW, so bury it. And the gray hair is not working, man. Dye your freaking hair. TNA is a goddamn wrestling retirement home. I said it once, I just said it again. Fuck yourself. And to prove my point further, another travesty. The Nasty Boys. The Nasty Boys are back in wrestling. Why? Dixie, what the hell are you thinking? Do you know anything about wrestling? I've been around long enough to know that at their peak, the Nasty Boys were nothing but a mid-card fill-in. They were the commercial break wrestlers for WCW. They're embarrassing to watch. I'd rather watch a drunk Scott Hall stand in the middle of the TNA ring and try and find his way out than watch the Nasty Boys Boys try and wrestle. They sucked in their prime, and they sure as hell suck now, and they're sucking the ratings right out of your pretty little face, Dixie. So why are the Nasty Boys in TNA? What a question. Question of the goddamn year. Who the hell would sign the Nasty Boys? There's so much great talent in the indie scene that TNA could just be scooping up. Guys like Joey Ryan, for example, but they signed the Nasty Boys. Now, I wonder who's behind that. I'll tell you who, Jack. Hulk Hogan, Brian Knobs' best friend. The only reason the Nasty Boys are on your television screen right now is because Hogan's running the show, and he's calling the shots, and he's giving horrible talent like the Nasty Boys and Scott Hall another run at pro wrestling because he's doing his friends a favor. If Dixie Carter is in her right mind, if Dixie Carter even has a mind, if there's a brain inside Dixie Carter's thick skull right now, it just hit her that she completely fucked up hiring Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was supposed to be all in it for the new guys. Hulk Hogan was supposed to be training the new generation and getting them ready to battle WWE head to head. That's what he claims he's doing, but what he's really doing is shit. I wasn't gonna say that. Goddamn, what was I gonna say? I'm trying to think. I was going to say something like, that's what he's claiming he's doing. When I turned on Impact for that quick 5-minute glance, because I'm sick of watching goddamn SVU. It's on every day, every 5 minutes, on every channel. So I'm like, hey, I'll watch Impact. What did I see? I saw what Hogan's really been up to. His real agenda. Hooking up his old, useless friends and putting them on primetime television and pushing all the real talent to the side so these fat slobs can attempt to perform wrestling maneuvers. The Nasty Boys. The Nasty Boys. The fucking Nasty Boys. Dixie, if you're watching this, I have a great idea. Hire me to be your writer. Hire me to talk to your talent. Hire me to do the job that Hulk Hogan is supposed to be doing, because I guarantee you, Dixie, I could do it a shitload better than Hogan. Dixie, the only reason the nasty females are in TNA is because Knobs is Hogan's best friend. Hogan said he's trying to take TNA to a new level. All he's doing is hooking up has-beens, Dixie. Dixie, get Hogan out of here. He's not what you think he is. If anything, let someone like Stephen Borden manage the company and storylines. He deserves it more than anyone. And Ric Flair, oh my god, fuck you, Flair. You talk shit about TNA, and now you're in TNA. Retire already. Flair, you've retired 16 times. Woo! Die. Oh my god, fucking Flair. Ric Flair talks shit about every wrestler on the planet. Says Foley's out of shape and just a stuntman. Says Bret Hart never drew in any money and was a mid-carder and overrated. Flair, not once have I ever cared about you in the history of wrestling. Not once have I ever said to my friend, yo, I can't wait to see Ric Flair's match tonight. It's gonna be sick. No. Not once have I ever bought a Ric Flair t-shirt. Ric Flair, you were such an egomaniac. Yes, you had a big impact on wrestling. I'll give it to you. Yes, you spent most of your career building up other wrestlers. I'll give it to you. I fucking salute you, Flair. But don't talk shit about Bret Hart when you're the least exciting, most predictable wrestler there ever was. Here, let me tell you how a Ric Flair match goes. He struts into the ring. Woo! He gets into the ring. He pokes his opponent's eyes. He laughs. He does his gay little Ric Flair dance. His opponent comes back, hits Flair 4 times. And on the 4th punch, Ric Flair walks around the ring in a daze and does his trademark fall. Then Ric Flair goes in for the scoop slam. Then another scoop slam. Then another, you guessed it, fucking scoop slam. He gets on the top rope for a scoop slam. Then he begs his opponent to stop, and then he loses. That's Ric Flair for you guys. Nothing new. TNA is supposed to be the new generation. It's just a WCW retirement home. Ric Flair, retire already. You're not bringing anything new to the table, and you're simply in TNA because of your high status in the wrestling world, and you're a familiar face. That's it. You're there to reel in a few ratings from your friends at the fucking bingo hall. Flair, you need to mellow out because you haven't brought anything to the table worth watching in years. Dixie, you need to get rid of Hogan before it's too late. They aren't trying to push your stars. They're trying to recreate episodes of goddamn Nitro from '98. And don't even get me started on the recreation of the Montreal Screwjob with Kurt Angle. People are saying it's genius. People are saying it's great. I'm saying it's suicide. TNA needs to focus on building up memorable storylines, a convincing character, rather than ripping on the WWE. There'll be time for that in the future, but as of right now, TNA is in no place to make jokes about the WWE. That's like a rabbit biting a pit bull. WWE may be absolutely atrocious, but at least Brian Knobs isn't being jobbed by Kevin fucking Nash. I'm gonna make my own wrestling company and call it Hogan, you're not fucking coming in. And the slogan for my wrestling company is gonna be Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you, nigga. And get rid of Shark Boy. Come on. Come on, what are we? Come on.